sitting right here at ringside, and by golly, we're ready to go. Another big week. Championship wrestling, Davey.
Oh, I tell you, opening match today, we're going to have Chief Thundercloud in here. He is going to be going against the Monk. The Monk against Chief Thundercloud, the opening single match of the day. Beautiful Bobby Eaton will be teamed with Sweet Brown Sugar in a tag match against Roy Rogers and Rick McCord. Norvell Austin, Dennis Upton also here, and six-man tag action scheduled today. The Assassins, the Cuban and Iranian, with their partner Gypsy Joe, against Superstar Bill Dundee, Stan Lane, and Steve Kern.
Hey, sound like no bad team to me. By golly, in addition to that, Davey, we got a couple of specials that we're going to be showing today. I think the folks are going to get a real kick out of. We'll take time out right now and get ready to come back and meet the Monk in just a moment. Okay, we're going to be ready to go here in just a moment. We have Chief Thundercloud in the ring. We're waiting for Jimmy Hart and the Monk to come out here. This will be our first look at the Monk. Kenny Shane right along with Jimmy. I don't know about this. Oh, I see. Kenny is carrying Jimmy's chair. I guess that's what it is. Well, now we know why they call him the Monk, Dave. I was wondering here just a moment ago. It could have been a couple of reasons. Okay, let's go for the official introductions, Dave.
It's one fall, 15-minute time limit match. Introducing at 201 pounds from San Carlos, Arizona. On the right of the screen, Chief Thundercloud. And going against him from parts unknown, 268 pounds, with his manager, Jimmy Hart, the Monk. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Okay. We are waiting now as Jerry Calhoun over with Hart and the Monk. And we see the ball head pop out from under the rope. Off it comes. Big guy. Considerable size advantage on Chief Thundercloud. We're ready for the bell time. Here we go. One fall, 15 minutes.
Chief Thundercloud out of Arizona meets the Monk. Jimmy Hart over here in the corner, yelling and screaming at the Monk. Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to run Hart back to his chair.
Dave, isn't he gorgeous? Look at that. The Clark Gable of professional wrestling, the Monk, baby. Isn't he beautiful? Look at him. Woo! Come on, Monk. There you go. Look at that.
He's
Look
big.
Look at that, man. He's gorgeous. Look at him. No, that's right.
Jerry Calhoun, the referee, questioning the Monk about hair pulling on Chief Thundercloud. He shook his head. Jimmy Hart.
Russell, wake up over here, man.
He's putting me to sleep, Jim. I'm sorry.
It's raining outside, but baby, the sun's shining inside with Jimmy Hart and the First Family. Come on, Monk. Come on. Look at that.
A little hair pulling in there by the Monk.
Oh, no, sir. Christian athlete all the way, baby. Look at him. Woo! Come on, Monk. Get him, man. This is just a little warm-up match.
So far, we've seen two moves from the Monk, and both of them have been hair pulling.
Chief Thundercloud having no success with the shoulder. Hart rushes around, tried to grab the foot. And the big tomahawk flying with the Chief.
Into the turnbuckles. Cross the way, and the Monk hits the turnbuckles again.
Banging that head on the turnbuckles, and with that chop, and it had no effect on him, man. I'll say one thing for it. Starting to unload, Dave.
He's using that broad arm. He fires the Chief into the corner. Thundercloud kicks out of there. Heads for center ring, grabs the Monk, and he's chopping him repeatedly. Wow. Tell you what, he didn't knock him off his feet. A couple of major league chops he hit him with. Hart grabs Thundercloud by the feet. The Monk picks him up by the hair. Headbutt. And a cover.
Nailed him with that headbutt, too. Wow.
That's it. The Monk. Well, he's not very fast, but he's big. And he's tough. And he wins in 2 minutes, 48 seconds.
One of those powerhouse weapons, a hard head that you can't hurt with.
What do you think,
and
Russell? What do you think, man? Huh?
His head did pretty well, Jim.
Well,
I'll
come on out
say
here
that.
and talk to Jimbo, man. Come on.
Do I really have to?
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this, man. Come on out here, Russell. It's all set, Jimmy. Come here. Come here, baby. Come on, Gypsy. Come on, Ollie. Come on, baby.
You're having another party, Jimmy?
Look at this, baby. Isn't he beautiful? Oh, thank you, Cuckoo. You know what? All right, all right. I want you people to listen to something right now, if you can give me your undivided attention. You know, I am so sick and tired of wrestlers trying to get into the music business. You know, first of all, let me ask the people something out there. Excuse me, boy. Move it just one second. Let me ask you people something and give me an honest answer. How many like Jimmy Valiant's record? How many people like Jimmy Valiant's record? Let me hear you. How many like it? Well, that's great. I'm glad you did. Because now I'm going to let you know. Jimmy Hart produced that record. Jimmy Hart wrote that record, and Jimmy Hart was singing that record. That wasn't even Jimmy Valiant singing it. Now you see, you idiot. Now look at Jerry Lawler. I'll call him Boxcar Lawler because he was trying to sing. You know, when Jimmy Hart was doing his music for him, Lawler's album's selling 5,000, 6,000 every month, man. But now that he's left Jimmy Hart, he's not doing anything. Matter of fact, who even knows where the man is? He's got cowardice so bad. But Jimmy Hart went in, baby, and cut a record, and it's called We Hate School. And over at Peaches today, we're giving away T-shirts and records because Peaches, all the employees, man, are going to be wearing our T-shirts.
I don't care
I know,
about
but
that.
you're going to care
Nobody
because
knows
I
about
am putting
that stuff.
Memphis on the map, baby,
Jimmy,
is what
you
I'm
want to
doing.
watch it? Let's watch it.
Roll the
now.
film right here, baby. Roll this film. Turn that monitor around.
Jimmy Hart.
You don't like our record, do you?
Oh, it's marvelous, Shug. Marvelous. Jimmy Hart and the family, and you saw the Monk win his match. Our opening look at him. We've got more action coming up, and we'll be back to it in just a moment. Okay, back to Channel 3's Championship Wrestling action. We're going to be to it in just a moment. Do need to remind you have to watch the entire program today to be able to understand all the action that's coming up Tuesday night right there in the Louisville Gardens. A couple of bouts I want to add, and we'll give you the entire card later on. Southern Tag Championship, the Dream Machine and the Monk, newest member of the First Family, will be challenging Dennis Condrey and Randy Rose, who are now the current Southern Tag champions. Dundee and Lane will be going against Eaton and Brown Sugar. Big main event, and boy, I'll tell you what, this one will tear the building down. Should be a great, great match for you to see when Jerry the King Lawler faces Dutch Mantell. And there's a special added match that you'll also get a little bit later on in the program. This one, Steve Kern, Norvell Austin, and a chain lumberjack match. It'll be the last one on there. Jimmy Hart and the First Family will be there.
You know what? I feel so great. You know, we finally got ourselves a title shot, finally. Let me tell you something right here. You know, Stan Lane tried to interrupt the family's party, you know. Let me tell you something, Stanley. Nobody does that to us, and we're going to get even with you. And Dundee, I'll tell you, if it takes the whole family to get Dundee out of the way, we've got to get him, baby. We got to get him, okay?
Don't you worry. Randy knows picking these heads in this country will be ready because those belts are ours, you understand?
Come here. Look at my new man, J.R. Hart Jr. Come here, baby. I want to show you this little statue right here. This is what I think of Rose and Condrey. Now, you people out there, you're probably going, look, Jimmy Hart thinks he's the smart of it. Jimmy Hart thinks he's cute and cocky. Well, you're right. I'm all of the above and more, too. We don't want any fans with us, baby, because we don't need anybody. We did everything on our own. Look at this, baby. Norvell Austin. Who does he remind you of? Buckwheat. Spanky. That's Dennis Condrey. And last but not least, look at this man right here, Alfalfa. Who is that? Randy Rose. Who is the greatest manager in the world, boys? Jimmy Hart, baby. The family, we're on our way. We're on our way, brother.
Be a most interesting tag match when the Monk and the Dream Machine challenge Condrey and Rose for those titles. And we'll see you Tuesday night right at the Louisville Gardens.
All right, we got a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match here, tag team action. Introducing at a total weight of 435 pounds from Nashville, Tennessee, Roy Rogers. And from Salem, Virginia, Rick McCord. Going against him at a total of 448 from Huntsville, Alabama, beautiful Bobby Eaton. And from Union City, Tennessee, Sweet Brown Sugar. This match one fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Okay, Calhoun trying to get him straightened out on a one-on-one. Roy Rogers will be starting for the McCord-Rogers team. Sweet Brown Sugar doing the number for Eaton and Brown Sugar. The action is going to have to favor Sugar and Eaton, I would think. McCord and Rogers, both good young wrestlers, but Sugar and Eaton, while they're not old wrestlers in that sense, they have got some experience behind them, Davey.
They have some experience working together, too, as a tag team, and also, of course, as First Family members. They tend to think alike with the way they've been taught by Jimmy Hart. Brown Sugar, after a couple of good moves by Roy Rogers, heads for the corner, and here is beautiful Bobby Eaton. Well, he's greeted with about the same thing by Roy Rogers. Roy. Keeping him moving. Eaton now forces him back to the corner. Roy tags his partner, Rick McCord. Rick fields him across the ring with a drag. Goes for a head scissors. Flying head scissors. He got it. Got Eaton off his feet, but Eaton quickly back up along the ropes. He shoves McCord back to the corner. Rick makes the tag, and here's Roy Rogers. Roy grabs Eaton in a side headlock. Eaton gets the tag, and it's Roy Rogers, Sweet Brown Sugar in there again. Rick McCord had the headlock. Brown Sugar forcing it with a wrist lock. McCord into the ropes. Brown Sugar fired into the ropes across the way. McCord got him with the shoulder. Good reversal by Rick McCord. Brown Sugar set to throw him with the arm, but McCord reversed him on it. And it was Brown Sugar that ended up on the mat, and McCord ends up with the advantage on the hold.
Kenny Shane sitting quietly in the chair out there. He's Jimmy's assistant, of course, and taking it mightily easy. Roy Rogers grabs right a hold of beautiful Bobby Eaton, and Eaton right up in the air. Oh, he dumped him hard. Woo! Right back with a double-handed chop in the back and follows it up. Eaton letting a little fury out. He and Brown Sugar work well together as a tag team, Dave. Sugar takes the tag, comes right on in, and drops down hard on it. Eaton goes out as the referee got him right after he finished that last punishment he poured down. Brown Sugar dropping again on that leg of Roy Rogers. You know, I see action like that, and I wonder, in action like that, if they're following up, they couldn't break Stan Lang's leg if they're trying to get somebody else to break a leg in there. They're working on Roy.
Boy, Eaton vicious. Double chop across the back. Roy headed for the corner to tag Rick McCord, but couldn't make it. He was about 4 feet from the tag. He stumbles into a tag with Brown Sugar, but he's near that corner nonetheless. Oh, you're right. They're really working on that leg of Roy Rogers.
Yep, that's right.
Roy wanted to kick Brown Sugar back out of the way, but he couldn't do it. Gets the tag.
McCord coming in with Bobby Eaton and Brown Sugar.
We're very close to the 4-minute mark. 4 minutes gone in this one. Oh, McCord steps over, but Kenny Shane got him in the back with a cane. Kenny Shane had been seated quietly in the chair over there, but he stood up as McCord was headed for the rope and smacked him in the back with that cane. Eaton off the rope. That's it.
He got it.
4 minutes, 18 seconds, and McCord, see him holding his back. He was speared with with the end of that cane by Kenny Shane. 4:18 the time on it.
So beautiful Bobby and Sweet Brown Sugar come up with a victory in there as they defeated Roy Rogers and Rick McCord. Did some damage, you can better believe that, too. We're going to take time out. We'll be back with more action in just a moment.
The line is the AWA Southern Heavyweight Championship belt, the most prestigious belt around the area, one of the most important, one of the toughest to hang on to. A match Jerry Lawler, Dutch Mantell occurred for that belt. If you didn't see it, take a look at some of the highlights of that action.
Well, I'll tell you, that was a moment, too, to see. And it was a moment of great jubilation for Dutch Mantell. Dutch, tough, hard dude. There's no question about it. No nonsense, straight down to it. Jerry the King Lawler, a legend right in his own doggone time. And it was a bitter blow to Jerry because he went in with the absolute conviction that he could beat the Dutchman. And we talked to him after it was over, and it just, well, it was a hard time for him. We've got some comments from the King about that match, as a matter of fact, about his career, I think, as much in general. Let's take a look.
The words of the song say the winner takes it all and the loser has to fall. Well, I'm not used to being the loser. I think a lot of you people realize that because you've seen me for the past 10 years that I've been wrestling go from being a loser, a guy that got beat on television right here every week, go from being that to a winner, a champion. And over those 10 years, I've been blessed with the ability to wrestle and wrestle well. And for those 10 years, I've been pretty much in control of the situation. Been the champion for 6 out of the 10 years. Been able to call on the shots, who I wanted to wrestle, when I wanted to wrestle. And it's a good situation to be in. It's really come to a point where I'm not in that situation now. And I think you people realize that when I had the Southern heavyweight belt before, as a matter of fact, just 2 years ago, through an accident, playing a football game, I suffered a broken leg, and I missed a year of action. And I really started back wrestling too soon, but I realized that it was time that I had to make a move, and I started wrestling when the leg still hurt. I wrestled with pain every night. And it was even 6 months after I started wrestling before the leg really got completely well. But I came back because I knew I had to. And then just before Christmas this past year, I had another setback. Got sick again, was back in the hospital. And I got over that, and I come out, and Dutch Mantell has the Southern Heavyweight title. A title that I've considered mine because, like I said, I've held it 6 out of 10 years. And I went against Dutch, and the first time I went against him, I won the title back. But I've had 2 matches with him since that time, and I haven't won either one of them. Now, there comes a point in especially every athlete's life, that you have to sit down and take a good hard look at yourself. And I can tell you that I've had a good career. And I've met a lot of great people, a lot of great fans that have loved me, and I love them all in return. And if I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't do one thing differently. I realize I've made a lot of people mad a lot of times, but that's just Jerry Lawler. Unfortunately for me, I've had a lot of people, or more people that like me than didn't, and I appreciate it. But I've never been in a situation to where I've wrestled a man 2 times going after something that I wanted more than anything else and wasn't able to come away with it. And I realize that I haven't said a lot of good things about Dutch Mantell, but I'll start right now. Dutch Mantell is a good wrestler. He's a fine wrestler. But most of you people realize that I don't usually say good things about my opponent. That's just my style. But like I said, there comes a time in every athlete's life that he has to take a look at himself and realize that nobody can go on forever. I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm 32 years old, and I've had a good career. But nobody can stay in a physical contact sport and go on indefinitely. And you've seen it, and I've seen it, wrestlers who wrestled till they were 45 and shouldn't have been in the ring, and I don't want to end up like that. So what I'm just saying is that I want one more shot at the title. One more title match with Dutch Mantell. And I'm going to have that match. And if I don't walk out of the ring with the belt, if I don't regain my Southern heavyweight title, then I'm going to wish Dutch Mantell well, and I'm going to go home and I'm going to face the fact that maybe it's time to set myself some new priorities. Dutch Mantell, I want to say this. I'll admit you're a good wrestler, but I still think I'm better. And this is going to be the biggest match that I've ever had in my life. And I'm going to be in there trying to win it with everything that I've got. One more time.
Got more action. You got to stay tuned to the entire bottom of championship wrestling today. And Byerly, I'll tell you what, Thursday, March the 11th, Campbellsburg, Indiana. 6 big matches. The King's going to be there. Jimmy Hart and the First Family. The Gibsons, Dutch Mantell. Lots of action. March the 11th in Campbellsburg. On March the 18th, that's a Thursday night also, Leopold, Indiana, sponsored by the Perry Central High Boosters Club. Now, let me give you the entire card coming up to Louisville Gardens Tuesday night. Joe Lightfoot will be going against Kenny Shane. Crazy Luke Graham against Roy Rogers. Dennis Condrey and Randy Rose will be making a defense of their Southern Tag titles, which you'll understand better a little bit later on, going against the Dream Machine and the Monk out of the First Family. After that, Beautiful Bobby and Sweet Brown Sugar going against Dundee and Lane. And the big main event, man, I'll tell you, worth the double price of admission, Jerry the King Lawler will be going after Dutch Mantell. You got to see it. Added match, Kern and Norvell Austin. You'll understand it later.
Well, Austin will be in the ring wrestling as a single, and then a little bit later on today, we will be hearing from the Midnight Express. Right now, though, back to Lance with Steve Kern.
Yeah, we wanted to get Steve in here by himself because guy coming up against Dennis Upton in here that you have sure been looking for, Norvell Austin.
That's true, Lance. And, I got a little something bothering me. I had a match with Norvell Austin, and I just can't seem to get the man to sign another match. I got a little piece of tape that I'd like the people to see, too, and that's a match between me and Norvell Austin, and I'd like to see if they can explain to me why he won't sign another match. He says I'm crazy. Well, let's let the people judge.
Yeah, let's roll it and leave the mic open on this because I want Steve to be able to tell us a little bit about it. Norvell taking it to you right here.
Right here, he's got me down, I admit that, but you notice real close, you'll find a chain in there because Norvell Austin came what he considered himself prepared. Yeah, he's wrapping it around his hand. But I told Norvell Austin long before this match started there was no way he was going to be able to stop me or make me quit. And I don't care what it took in this match to get to him. And you'll see as this tape rolls on that he ain't about to stop me. Now, I admit that I go a little bit nuts, it seems like, when I get in there with a man like that, but that's the idea. The idea is we go out there and I'm trying to beat this man, and I've got a thing. See, I'm busted open here. Norvell Austin did have the advantage, but he lost his chain. You'll see who's wheeling the chain now.
Yeah, you can see Steve got it from referee Jerry Calhoun, just took it away from him, and is now flat taking it to Norvell Austin. Here comes the rest of the Express. Here they come, the Express.
Oh, he wouldn't be able to do it by himself, and I was expecting them to come to the ring. I was expecting them at any time. Yeah, but you'll notice that I've got friends, too, because I'll tell you, you just have to be prepared for situations like that, and I've got guys watching the match. Here comes my friends now.
Bill Dundee, Rick Gibson come rolling in there, and that kind of evened it up, and so at that point, the Express thought it's a good time to get out of there.
Well, you can see where Norvell was headed. He was headed for the dressing room early, but I wasn't done with that match. I'm going to fight that Norvell all the way out the building if I can. And this tape keeps rolling long enough, you'll see I didn't stop. I went all the way back.
Yeah, we were hammered down behind the crowd there and couldn't really get a full look at it there, but at least our cameras caught part of it. You were taking him right onto the dressing room.
Well, I'd just like to know, what I have to do to get another match with Norvell Austin. I realize that he doesn't want to get in the ring with me. He says that I'm nuts. But this whole thing started over a situation where he called somebody a coward. Well, I'm out here and I'm saying that Norvell Austin's a coward now. He's got to be a coward if he won't sign a match with me.
Well, I can appreciate your feelings on it, Steve, and I think it may very well... Okay, now, come on, you guys. Let's not have the match right here. There will be
I'll let him get his say. He's come out here to say something. So look at him.
A lot of people watch this TV out here. You know what? Everybody watch this TV, and he making folks think that I'm scared of him and a coward. But I ain't no coward, Steve Kern. I ain't no coward, man. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? This is not... Man, this man is crazy. Look, everybody know that you can't beat me in no wrestling match. You know, you came out here several weeks ago, Lance Russell. You remember now. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. You came out here telling folks that you could beat me in 5 minutes. Right. Now, what kind of business is that? Beat me in 5 minutes. If that be the case, you ought to beat me 2 times in 10 minutes then. Is that the same?
I'll beat him 2 times in 10 minutes. Just get in the ring.
Man, you might anxious to have a match with me, ain't you?
That's right.
He want me to get in the ring with him. But I tell you what, I will get in the ring with you, but it's a couple of stipulations. See, I ain't going through what I went through down there last time I was... Man, you crazy. You want to knock my head in. I ain't going through that no more, man. I'm too smart for that. But if you want me in the ring now, here's a stipulation for you. I get in there and wrestle you. I'll wrestle you all day long. Just as long as you don't be throwing no punches and kicking on me and things like that. And another thing I'm going to tell you. The only reason I'm going to get in there, you got to put something up. If you put them tag team belts up, I would get in the ring with you. Yeah, that's right.
Do that. I can't put a tag team match up in a single match.
Well, what you telling me?
He's one man,
you telling me?
Norvell.
That's your way out. That's the way you keep from getting in the ring with me. You know I can't put... Lance Russell, you know I can't put both belts up on the line. I only own half of that belt.
Well, so what? Put them up. You
He can't put the belt. Hey, come on, Steve. Now, don't start that stuff.
Oh, he knows I can't put both belts up.
I know it. There.
What are you doing out here, man?
Billy.
Daddy. He owns that one, and I own this one. Now he owns the both of them. If you climb up in that ring, Jackrabbit, you just do whatever you like. What about this man? Now, he can't be coming out there putting them belts up like that, Lance Russell.
Well, now, wait a
minute. Do that, man.
Now, wait a minute.
What you doing out
Here's
here,
the belt. Here's the belt. Here's both of them. And I'm going to tell you something else. I don't want to do it in any coliseum. I don't want to do it any place. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. I want to do it right here, right today, because there's a lot of people out there that write me cards and letters, and they want to see it. They want to see it in the hospital. They want to see it at home. They can't get to the matches. So let's do it right here, right now, so everybody can see it.
Settle down.
Wait a minute, Steve. You got to do it
Wait right now.
Steve, you cannot put the tag team belts up in a single match. You already booked in a title match.
Don't you worry about it, Mr. Marlin. Don't worry about it. The winner of the match will wrestle in our place, or it will be me. There's no doubt in my mind that I can beat this guy twice in 10 minutes in a wrestling match. And I'll tell you, if by any chance I can, there will be a winner in this match.
Come out here like that, man. Steve Percy, you always got a way out of something, man.
He's not talking about him wrestling.
I'm leaving here. You hold the belt. I'm going, brother. You him. I'm off. Goodbye. I'll tell you what, I will wrestle.
Now, both of them.
But just like I said, now I wrestle this man. I ain't scared of him, but I want the stipulation where ain't no punching stone. Ain't no punching and gouging and kicking. And if he can, but 2 times in 10 minutes, you understand? 2 times in 10 minutes.
You're stuck, Jack. You got your stipulations.
Hey,
The winner gets the belt. Both belts.
Well, I'm going to be the winner.
Steve, you're loading yourself up. You're talking about twice in 10 minutes now. That's a lot of action.
Put the belts on the line.
And you're also talking about, he's talking about no, they understand now that they're, hey, hold. Well, okay.
The winner gets these belts.
Okay, the tag, Dave, let's go back over it.
All right. All right, you heard some of the stipulations there. As a matter of fact, you know the stipulations better than I do. I couldn't hear all of them, but the belts are on the line.
Yes, Dundee said, here, take them, be my guest on the thing. And Eddie Marlin confirmed that that's a vote to losing one. Cannot use a fist, a violation of the rules, a gouging, or anything like that. That if a guy does, he loses it. That's what was said in there, and that's what referee Jerry Calhoun just confirmed to us, rather. The belts are on the line in a most unusual situation. But remember, Dave, he said he would beat Norvell twice in 10 minutes. Maybe just a little heavy loaded for Norvell Austin, but Steve Kern, totally confident of it. Norvell.
We're about 1:15 into this.
We've got about 9 total minutes.
All right, I tell you what, I'll keep the time. on each minute how much time left.
Right, let's keep a running time, and we want to be sure and let the referee... He's only got 10 minutes, and look at Kern, spins behind him, takes the arm and a hammer. Let me tell you one thing, Norvell Austin, if he thought he was hurting Steve Kern by saying just a wrestling match, he's crazy. Steve was a great amateur college wrestler, and he is just as fine a professional wrestler. The only drawback and the only rap we've ever had with Kern is that his temper does have a tendency...
Austin wandering around the ring there a minute ago. Since Steve has got to beat him twice in 10 minutes, that works to his advantage as long as he can wander around there.
Yeah,
that's time
keep away
expiring.
from him, right.
Keep the clock running.
I saw Kern in one match where he had the match won. Hart took a swipe at his foot when he was back into the ropes, and Steve had all he wanted out of Hart, and he reached down and grabbed Hart, pulled him right up in the ring, and ended up losing the match in that sense.
Yeah, I remember that match. Yeah.
There is no question he is a superior wrestler. I don't care how you look. There's one. How much time now, David?
7 minutes. 7 minutes left.
7 minutes to go. 7 minutes. He beat him in 3 minutes.
Right. 2:59 exactly when he beat him.
Steve made the comment, and Norvell kind of reminded us of it, that Kern had said he could beat Norvell Austin in 5 minutes. He beat him in 3 minutes. Oh, he just missed it. He had a 2 count on. 6.5 minutes. Look at Norvell. On the floor, wandering around. The referee, Jerry Calhoun, starts the count, and, of course, that makes it mandatory that Norvell Austin get back in the ring, or he'd have lost the second time. On the ropes, clean break. Referee steps in between them. Uh-oh. Forget it. Kern spit, got Norvell spit right in his face, and Kern slapped him in the head. You spit in his face. Norvell going out of here on cloud 9, and he tricked Steve Kern. And they had a clean break on the ropes in there, but Steve, when he spit in his face, he let the temper get away with him. And Steve, you had him once in 3 minutes and almost had him right there again, but you let it get away with you, and the stipulations were no fist, nothing like that. So
he stuck me into this match. I'm going to tell you something. I just came out here and I let my mouth override my butt. I'll tell you that. I can't believe I fell for that. I can't stand to get spit on. I don't know anybody out there watching who wants to be spit in the face.
That's
Why?
true. I agree with that. But
why did I do that?
Unfortunately.
I can beat that guy. Where's Eddie Marlin? Get Eddie Marlin out here. Well, come on, Eddie Marlin. I know you're watching the monitor. Come out here.
Steve, we can't. Yeah. We're going to have to take a break, Steve. I'm sorry. We'll be back in just a moment. Praying here in just one moment. We'll check our time out for you. As a matter of fact, before I say that, and see exactly how much time that we do have left on it. Let's see if we can, well, that isn't exactly who I was looking for, but Steve, what's done's done. I can't offer you any help in that respect because you agreed to all the stipulations that were put out in it.
You're right, Lance. Let me tell you something. I just fell for probably one of the oldest tricks in the book. It's just like you go into every match with the intensity of trying to beat a man, and I can't go in there, and I honestly can't just say that I can have an amateur wrestling match because I've been a professional wrestler too long now, and I've been in situations where guys will just get to you and try to edge you on and just try to push you, psych you out, and just push you into a corner. But I'll say this. I'm out here, and I'm publicly admitting that I did let my butt. I overrode it. I overrode it by coming out here and saying that I'd go for any stipulations. But I want Norvell Austin in the ring so bad. I want to be in a match with him so bad that I'm willing to do anything. I got to apologize to Bill Dundee. We've been the Southern Heavyweight Champions, now the Tag Team Champions for a while.
That's right.
Nobody's been able to beat us. Nobody's been able to get a pinfall on us. We've accepted every title match imaginable. Midnight Express, we go down the line. Anybody Hart's had in their family, we've accepted it. Now I come out here. I fall into the trap. I'm the fool. I'm left sitting here with the cake on my face or whatever. I'm the one that's left embarrassed. I fell for something that just, by no means I had any business taking place. No, I wanted to come out. I've been getting cards and letters, and I've been getting telegrams from people that had kids in the war, that heard the statements he said about my dad, that had loved ones, and said, I want to see you get Norvell, Austin. I want to see you get your hands on him. Please do it for me. Do it for us. I get letters from old people in the hospital saying, I can't get out to the matches. I can't support you by coming to the matches. I just want to see it. I want to read about it. I want to hear about it. I did everything. I even wanted to do it so everybody could see it. I wanted to do it in front of everybody. And I let everybody down by letting my temper go. And it's just, you know, when you just got that inside of you, you just want to be a competitor. You want to be the best at what you're doing. Sometimes you get tied up, you get worked up. And anybody that spits on me, I don't care who it is, I'm going to want to fight him. You know that. Before it even started, I had that feeling toward Norvell, Austin. I was gritting my teeth every time I'd have to break and pull away from the ropes. But I knew in my mind, don't do anything to get disqualified, Steve. Don't blow it. Don't blow it. But seeing him standing on them ropes, just smiling like knowing in the back of his mind, he knew what he was doing. He just psyched me out. He just spit right in my face. I can't stand to be spit on. I don't know anybody that would like to be spit on. And there goes my temper. I lose my temper again. I blow the whole thing. I've lost the belt. I'll do anything, Lance. What is it? Well, what can I say? I haven't even really got an explanation. I'm just out here talking, and the reason I'm talking is because I want everybody to see that I can't admit to being dumb. That's all I can say. I fell for one of the oldest tricks in the book. I just literally left myself wide open. I dropped the belt. Bill Dundee, I'll do anything with you. We'll get them belts back, I promise. There's nobody in this territory or anywhere around that can beat me and Bill Dundee as a team. And we'll come back. We'll give...
Bill Dundee. You okay, Billy? The situation remains, though, that the agreement was made. Dundee agreed to it also to put the belts on.
Okay. Okay, listen. All right, I went for Norvell Austin stipulations, right? Why can't I have stipulations? Why can't I have my match? I want a match with Norvell Austin. I want a return match. I want a match. I don't care where it's at. I want a match, and I want my stipulations. I want to get Mr. Marlin. Please come out here. Please come out here, Mr. Marlin. I know you got the power to do this. Mr. Marlin owns all the contracts to all the wrestlers, and they all have open contracts because he has my contract. Eddie Marlin, I know you've got every wrestler's contract in your pocket, and I know it's all open contracts, and you can force them into any kind of match you want because you got my contract. When I came in here, I've never asked you anything since I've come in here. Is that right? Have I caused you any trouble? Okay, I'm asking you right now, please, no matter what it takes, please give me a match with Norvell Austin, but make it my stipulations. Let me have lumberjacks around the ring. I want a lumberjack. I want some of my friends around that ring, and so in case the Express comes to jump, and I want a chain. I want a chain strapped to my wrist, and I want one strapped to Norvell Austin so there's no way he can run without dragging me. I want him chained to me, and I want lumberjacks around the ring, and I want the lights out. Please, Miss Small, I want the lights out.
Steve, Jimmy
no
Hart's back
stipulations.
about he's got a match.
I don't care what Jimmy Hart's hollering about. Jimmy Hart thinks he's in the recording business. He thinks he's cutting records. I'm in a wrestling profession, Mr. Marlin. Please.
A lot of time to sit down.
I don't care how much time it takes. Just give me the match with Norvell Austin. Give me the chain. This will be the last thing I ever ask you. This will be the last thing.
He lost the belt.
Slow down.
What's that? Hey, why don't you just give him the match, man? Why don't you just sign the match, dog? Why don't you just get in there with that damn two bumps?
You can push him, Mr. Marlin. You can push him into it.
I can believe that.
Because this man, I told you, I ain't signing no match, Dundee. I'm telling you, and I ain't signing no match with you, Kern. You hear me?
Eddie, he done showed everybody what a sucker he was. Go back and out of here. And tell him he's going.
Midnight Express, Austin Rose and Condry. And
Lance, I got to get all of it. See, if I give him that match, the whole card has been changed. Hart calling about his title match with the Monk and the Dream, and they're the champions now. So I can just come back and let you know in just a second about that card.
Please do it.
Well. Okay, that's all we can do right now. He'll consider the thing, take a look at it. That's about all that we can do.
One match. Just sign the one with him, Jack. You keep telling me how big and brave you are. You ain't got no guts if you don't sign it, Austin.
I don't think you're going to shame him into signing the match. He got what he wanted.
Sign the match on this.
All
Sign on that.
Okay, back into Channel 3's Championship Wrestling. We've got a final segment coming up for you in just a moment. Again, Tuesday night. Boy, what a night of action that's going to be. I got the Dutchman right here, and by golly, I want to bring him right on in. I'll say this. When it came down to it and belts got held up, it was both Mantell and Lawler who said, don't hold them up long, brother. Let's get at it right now. And you're looking at the guy. And, Dutch, I got to say this, and I don't mean this unkindly, but I think you convinced a lot of folks something they didn't believe. A lot of them didn't believe you could beat Jerry the King Lawler.
Well, a lot of them didn't believe it, but I think they believe it now. Now, ever since I first got it back in January from the Dream Machine, or back in October from the Dream Machine, I have lived in the shadow of Jerry Lawler. Everywhere I went, they said, well, Lawler's really the champion, because he had been champion for 6 out of 10 years, but nothing is forever. Nothing is permanent. And I finally, when I got a chance to get a match with Jerry Lawler, I wanted to dispel all doubts, and I got that chance, and I told everybody that I was going to beat him, and here it is, living proof that I am now the Southern Heavyweight Champion. And I want to prove once and for all that I can beat Lawler every time I get in the ring with him. Now, I'm going to give him credit. He's a very good wrestler. He's a very smart wrestler, and he's got a lot of experience just like I do. And when you get us together, it's not like you're getting two rookies in the ring, because I know my way around the squared circle, and they don't call me Dirty Dutch Mantell for nothing, because I earned the name. I worked long and hard, cried blood, and drove 1 million and flew 1 million miles to get where I am today, and I intend to stay there. Lawler, I'm going to give you one more shot, and one shot only, to prove that you can beat me, but I don't think in your heart that you can beat me. I know you can't beat me, and I think the fans don't believe you can beat me. Lawler's had a lot of personal setbacks. He was off a year with a broken leg, then he had some hospitalization in December, and I come up and beat him. Now, Lawler psychologically has to be down in the dumps. So, Lawler, you better get mentally and physically prepared. But I know a wounded animal hits hardest, and I know Lawler wants his belt. Lawler, I'm going to be ready for you, buddy. Get ready. Don't think about no cute stuff, because I'm going to be ready. I'm going to keep it.
Don't say a word. Okay. For Dave Brown, Lance Russell. Bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.